Hi, it's me, Eldervi. I'm so sorry for anyone who was hoping for hot dad vibes. I know, the fact that I have 2 kids makes it look like I was 16 and didn't know where to finish. Which is not completely made up, but surely not the topic of today's video. We have a new book and a new Mythic OC with a spark. So let's absolutely do that right away. I will never say no to a free offense Mythic. Free-ish. Probably gonna lose around 200 orbs on that, cause I don't plan on taking anything else but everyone's favorite color, colorless. This video is going to be the combined summoning of Ash and the still currently running Mythic banner, which I have already summoned on. I wanted to do this video like last week, but then I got super sick and work suddenly started to pile up and I just didn't manage to edit it in time. I'm so sorry. So what I'll do is I'll just take that, the summoning bingo and your questions, and put that after the summoning on Ash. So I'd say let's go. So they gave us a cow, Lagoose. I was actually fully prepared for Lagoose to be the next OC type. It makes totally sense seeing that their type hasn't gotten much appreciation since Freya. But let's just say I wasn't expecting cow out of all the animal possibilities. Nevertheless, her design is really beautiful, and I mean it. Holy cow! Look at her! Ash! How? I was fully prepared to get nothing this summoning session. This is awesome!
Regarding the matter you've raised, I can offer no satisfactory answer to that particular inquiry at this time. However, I will research the topic and report back with any findings.
And she's a talker, as it seems. Which is actually such a cool design. You know, given the cow thing. See, I absolutely don't want to appear shady or anything like that. I'm a big fan of well thought out character concepts. No matter if it's a dead serious character, a supervillain, or a chatty clumsy cow. Calf. My bad. If the character makes sense, I'm down. So, I actually just realized during summoning that I didn't even farm my tickets yet. What's wrong with me? I'm super excited to be on camera as it seems. So, let me do this real quick. This will be like the most FEH-Pass advertising I'll ever do. And it is honestly the sole reason why I'll still have it. Who has time to play all those modes by themselves? It's impossible! So, even if I click auto battle manually, I fully expect to use like 4 or 5 energy drinks alone to farm all the tickets. So doing that will probably cost me 20 to 30 minutes alone. Sorry Fee, ain't got time for that anymore. I just realized this morning that I haven't played the last round of Voting Gauntlet at all. Keeping up with everything has been a struggle lately. Buy orbs and red toilet paper, you will be missed. This takes forever. I'll be back in a second. Hey, back to business! So, as the summoning bingo is going to come later, why don't we talk about the new book for a bit while summon? I don't expect to see another cow anytime soon. I'm not going to lie, that book 6 opener was a bit strange to me. After getting the monologue book 5 ending with Eitri, this one kinda looked like someone forgot to put the audio track on it? Was it just me? So, in our newest story chapter, Henriette introduces us to Emblem's full power, being able to close your connection forever. Like they did to iPhone 6 users. They seem to be really serious about it. But then she goes back to the castle before telling us anything else. Like, could you please be a bit more specific, Ma? Don't act like you're running the country now. I need to know that shit in order to keep us safe. So, I definitely want to do the next video on book lore soon. It's just, I have so many open projects that I'm totally overwhelmed with work right now. Again, so sorry. As the story goes so far, we got introduced to 5 to 7 new characters. We have Ash, who is the retainer of Ask, who himself is the male god of Midgard. We already knew about his existence since book 3, then it was further established after we got Niflin Muspel, but I think this is the first time we officially heard he was male. Fittingly, we get Lady Embla, who is also male I suspect if you look at her male retainer Elm. For anyone who didn't carefully read the story and is now in shock, you're welcome. If you take a closer look, he kinda looks like a fanboy version of Oder. Is that you, Drag PM1? What's up guys, this is Phoenix Mistress 1 and today we're gonna boots the house down. I would pay for that. He's a red flying beast and comes with Fang of Closure, which gives him more power the more enemies are gangbanging up to him. Kinda makes sense I guess. So, is this Oda after he entered gay heaven? Oh, so that's why. Yeah, I guess the story with Note makes totally sense now. And whoever made that bat animation must have been on something heavy. So, what do we know about these characters? Basically nothing. In Norse mythology, Ask and Embla were the first 2 humans, male and female. I already discussed this in my lore video. If you haven't seen it, watch it after this one. Now, the name Ask literally means ash tree, which is how Ash got her name. Respectively, the meaning of Embla is elm tree, leading to our new little friend on the other side. If you want to dig in further, there are actually 2 possibilities to translate Embla. One is elm tree, the other is wine. So, just saying. I guess IS went for Elm to have the direct tree connection, but if Elm were to be defeated early, or if the waifu hunters find out he's a trap boy, prepare yourselves for a new mythic hero, Wine. This time in fully female attire. Other than that, we have no further story implication for the 2, much different to book 5, which was heavily spoiled in the first few chapters. Oh. Hey! This must be a mistake. I ordered calf and this is clearly lamb. Can I have the other one please? Yeah, sorry, not gonna happen, boo. And then we have Sissy Letizia, 9th in line of succession. Yeah, I also always introduce myself like that to friends and family. Hi, I'm Eldervi and I'm 622nd in line of the VTubers. Nice to meet you. Wanna subscribe? No, I mean it. Wanna subscribe? Like, now? So, she's Veronica's somewhat sister, but not blood related as we already learned. And she's a total sweetheart as you can already tell from her looks. Black dress, green cape, pale face and dark violet lipstick. This screams fairy godmother, doesn't it? Gosh, Veronica, I didn't remember you being that stupid. Interestingly, Letizia is originally an Italian name, and there is, same as Veronica and Alphonse, no connection to Norse mythology. So this means we have absolutely no idea what's going on in this book. I guess this makes kinda sense, as we happen to find ourselves in the realm of humans again. I must say, I'm somewhat surprised by that. If anything, it shows IS dedication to milk that game for some more years. Instead of visiting Vanaheim or Asgard, the last realms we haven't visited yet, we seem to get a filler story? Is that the right word for it? I mean, no shade, it can still be good. I'm honestly excited to see what's coming next. I do like that we get to know these realm entities bit by bit. And actually, I have a lot of fun by now using those OCs against each other. Who would have thought? And there is still the possibility we'll get introduced to another realm later that book, given that we'll get a mid-story mythic 6 months from now. I actually wouldn't be surprised to have a realm like Vanaheim introduced in terms of trying to take control over Embla or something like that. We do have those mysterious 2 figures talking about Veronica's and Letizia's back. This could be Lady Embla, this could be Loki stirring up the pot again, or something else with their own motives. We'll see. I'm down to my last few summons, and apparently the rest of my summoning wasn't as blessed as the beginning. But this is honestly fine, I wasn't expecting much anyways. I'll just spark another Ash and call it a day. During the feed channel I was a bit disappointed by Clumsy Ash, but her way of talking is genius and so well fitting that I'm actually a big fan already. I also love the kind of Indian flair they gave her. Her skin color in combination with her hair and the slick dress are truly beautiful, and I love how they have drawn her body. I mean, I guess big milkers were to be expected of a cow OC, but her body actually looks like she can handle the weight. Compared to some of the fake kid characters who got unexpectedly blessed.
This is the first occasion I have had in which I've been able to interact with any being quite like you. I must say, I have learned much thus far.
Yeah, she doesn't know when to shut up. Genius. I'm not sure yet how to use her, but I'll surely find a way. So yeah, I'm happy with that. With this, we'll jump over to the Mythic banner where we will finally play some summoning bingo. Hope you'll enjoy it. So sorry for the delay of this video once more. If I could ask for one superpower, I would definitely choose to be able to work twice as fast. Maybe even a little bit more. So I decided to blow a lot of orbs on this banner, as it's actually perfect for me. I want so many of these characters that there's almost zero chance of pity breakers. I really want Fallen Dimitri, who perfectly fits my level 1 playstyle. I wouldn't mind more copies of Note, who will stay in my defense forever, given her awesome Pathfinder gimmick. And I have actually never summoned Legendary Dimitri, who I would totally not play but fodder off immediately for that odd Tempest. Sorry bro, love your fallen state, not so much your good side. I was actually hoping during Azure Moon that I could contribute to Dimitri staying in his savage mood. I totally voted for hunting down Edelgard, but I kinda forgot that in the end this is still Fire Emblem. Green is obviously stacked. I can work with both Thor, who is Altina but better, and Dagger, who is still around. I absolutely don't want to see a single Eitri, not a single one. But Joel from Phreology has promised me that he took all of them already. So you promised, buddy. Red is tempting as well. I would of course like to have more level 1 Plumerias, and my Corrin in colorless is at +7 currently, but I will likely skip those colors unless taking the orb will increase my pity rate. For anyone confused by my suddenly huge orb count, I recorded the summoning session before Ash. You can see that the timer says ends in 12 days. So let's just see what happened. The luck penalty for this game will be to show an old cosplay photo of myself. This was like the most pointless poll I ever made. You have no idea what a hell of a cosplayer I used to be. Like 50 years ago. And I mean an actual hell. Compared to today's possibilities, cosplaying back then was a total mess, especially in the wig and armor department. But hey, we did what we could, and it was a lot of fun. Alright, I already checked my first bingo tile. 2 Olivias in the same circle. I hope so much that she'll get a beautiful Resplendent. I saved a plus defense copy and was prepared to fully invest in her for 2 years now, thinking a Resplendent might make her a good Miller counter. And look at us today. No one's talking about Miller anymore, and she's still waiting. Oh, hey Micaiah! I'm so happy to see you! Slowly but steadily, I will get you to +10. Mine is at +5, I think?
I can tell what people are thinking, you know. Right now you were thinking about how jealous you are.
Okay, if you say so. Micaiah is one of those characters I summoned for really hard and never got copies of. But then over time I snatched a copy here and there, and this is honestly perfect. Same goes for Hector and Ophelia. Blue is kinda my magic pool where I will never get what I want unless I don't want it. See? Told you! I spent like 400 orbs on her release for a single copy, and since then Every mythic banner has at least thrown one of her at me.
I am the firstborn princess of Jotunheimer. Note, I do hope we can get along.
Sure, be my guest. This is another bingo tile. First focus 5-star, under 50 orbs average cost achieved. I should probably start answering questions. I'm already 3 behind, what the heck? You know what? Never mind that. What the heck? So early? Am I going to be haunted? Stay away from me, you huge freaking orange boulder. Question. How long have you been into Fe and who's your favorite Fe artist? So I actually joined the party kinda late. I didn't even realize that they made a mobile game for like half a year. I made my first account, which my wife is using now, around first year Christmas I think. This must be the same time that we've started drawing Fire Emblem characters, and I remember drawing Christmas Robin for that occasion. But it was a total mess. I didn't log in on a daily basis, I spent orbs totally randomly without any real plan. Once I earned 20 orbs in story chapters, I would just summon a full circle on a random banner with a lead unit I liked, sometimes not even realizing that they were in the 3 and 4-star pool. And I didn't really know about pity rates as well. I've probably thrown away banners with a massive pity rate. If you keep summoning whenever you have some orbs, you totally lose track of such things. I remember that my main team back then was normal Ike and a minus attack Alincia, which I obviously didn't know till much later. I didn't play Arena cause I was actually afraid it would be a real-time PvP mode like Summoner Duels, and I was ashamed of not knowing the weapon and skill effects, which back at the time must have read like Drive attack speed +1? I didn't play Tempest Trials cause I lost on my first try and thought this was something I should return to once I'm more practiced. Not realizing that those rewards were temporary. Let's just say, it was and is my first gacha game and it was a total mess. At the time we got the first legendary heroes with Lunatic and Abyssal battles. I tried to follow PM1 guides to clear those maps and started to realize that my account was totally messed up. I had enhanced all the wrong seals and no silver coins as I didn't play the arena modes. I had sent home so many heroes with back then essential fodder and I 5-starred total crap. So I made a new account at the time of legendary Ryoma and bridal Ninian. I do remember this cause these were the 2 units I pulled after creating it. And went to hardcore orb saving and playing strategically from that point on. My favorite Fe artist? There are so many. I'll say Nichi Hayashi. They've only drawn 4 characters so far, but all 4 are pure perfection. I'm sure we're gonna see more of them soon. Oh wow! That's a full summoning circle! 4 greens, what's going on? Every time I think I've answered a question, a new one is popping up right away. No way! It's Dagger! That's super awesome! Keep coming, guys!
I'm going to be a great queen. My reign is going to be a lot of fun for everyone.
Tell that your dead sister I just summoned. Awesome! The best thing about this banner is that there's like no unit I don't want. So as long as these 5 stars pop up in a moderate amount, I'm going to be more than fine. Next question. Which characters would you like to see get a Resplendent Hero treatment, be it because you really want the art updated, or because you really want those extra +2 to all stats? As I said earlier, I would be really happy for a Resplendent Olivia, but even more for refined dancer weapons. What's your problem, I ask? And I really hope for a Resplendent Athena quite soon. She was such a cool unit to play, and she really doesn't deserve that face. Dimitri! I'm so glad you could make it! He was the one unit I wanted to have basically since I missed him on his release.
Only hatred remains. If I could tear that woman to shreds right this very moment, I would.
Cool, I'll help you. Fallen Dimitri is my bro. Awesome! Now I feel much better already. Can we maybe also have a bit of Plumeria? Well, I obviously should have never pulled red. What was I even expecting? How fitting that you come to ruin my day. Get off me, you nerd. Like, I was having a moment right now? This is outrageous. Moving on to my next question. Still a lot to go as I see. Do you make more money from NSFW or clothed prints? Hey, that's a funny one. What do you think? Truth be told, the dressed prints only make a quarter of the sales. Over 75% are nude. With purely the dressed versions, I would have had to stop drawing a long time ago. It's simply not paying off. Now, I don't want this to sound like an excuse though. I love drawing both versions of these characters, as I feel like we're doing it with a lot of dignity. I never felt like any of those versions would put those characters out of their comfort zone. This is something I care about a lot. I also really like exploring different body types. One of my favorite paintings, Sakura and Hana, shows a really skinny Hana next to a more curvy Sakura, which is how I imagine those characters to look like in real life. And to be totally honest, I am old enough by now to know that sexuality is a huge part of our daily life. Enjoying it is nothing people should be ashamed of. You don't need to eat 3 times a day to survive, and I don't see anyone pointing fingers at that. So if you want to enjoy yourself, be my guest. Like in buying my stuff. I don't want any of you guys to come over here. I still have a lot of work to do. Oh no. No! No! Why is it always like that? Mom, can I have a Fallen Dimitri? Mom, we have Fallen Dimitri at home. Fallen Dimitri at home. Great. Lockdown clearly affected all of us. So, shit, I guess this means it's time. Ooh, I have a lot of really questionable cosplays, which I will of course show you when the time has come. But today I'd like to show you one of my favorites, and actually, I think one of the last cosplays I've done. So this one was already kinda well done. It's one of my favorite characters from 10 years back, Raisin. Be prepared for teenage me. Yes, I am clearly no photo model, and yes, I really crafted those wings. I actually still have them on my attic, but I have literally not taken a look at them since we moved in. Which was before we had kids, so I think the mice might have either eaten them by now, or they foster their kids in there. I am fine with either way. If we ever have like a new milestone, I'll pull those guys out and show them to you. The wings, not the potential mice. Raisin was really a dream come true for me. I intentionally waited on doing him till I had the right skill level, and it totally paid off. So, next question. Actually, never mind. Hi to the other Dimitri.
Yes? Moderate your mischief making, will you?
Chatty as always. I don't know, but I feel really bad about this art. I know from personal experience how hard it is to draw his hair, but this legendary version sadly doesn't do him justice. Next question, this time for real. With Fire and Ice ending this year, would you rather see a book 3 of Life and Death Tempest Trial event, or a book 4 Dream and Reality Tempest Trial event? I'd say book 3. Loved book 3. It was my favorite and honestly the reason I started caring about the story again. I must admit that I actually skipped a lot of the book 2 chapters back then, cause it was boring. I did very much enjoy the Fire and Ice Tempest Trial though. I guess you really have to be open-minded when it comes to the hero story, but if you are, it is not as bad as it seems. Corin? Where the heck did you come from? This is amazing!
Legendary hero? If you're looking for a great warrior, I'd suggest one of my siblings instead.
I really didn't want to go for colorless, as I am too afraid of more Bramimons, but this is perfect. Now she's at +8 already, my highest merged legendary by the way. I guess this also fulfills the Super Bingo tile, but I've already shown you my cosplay photos, so I guess we'll just do the other penalty as well. Dagger of 4, whoever I pull more copies of in the end will get a new little accessory. Not gonna go there now, I will make some screenshots and give you an option to vote on later. This is actually the very first Super Bingo tile ever. Didn't think I would see that happen. So, can I please also have a Plumeria now? No, it's 4! That's crazy!
Immortal, powerless, takes up a blade and faces down death. That...
Oops. Also a talker, as it seems.
In battle, you must always show your foe respect.
That's it? Cool. Wow. So, under normal circumstances, this would totally be the time to stop summoning. But I have summoned a +speed -attack Dimitri, and 4 and Dagger sharing colors is really good value, so... let's keep on going to ruin that summoning rate for good. Question: top 3 best artworks in the game and the worst artwork in the game. Oh, that's really hard. As I'm an artist myself, I totally don't want this to be an artist bashing. Therefore, I'll name 3 artists I really like and pick their best and worst work in my opinion. I guess that's more fair-ish? First, sorry for butchering those names, Azusa. Love Valentine's Live and Tracia. This art made me totally fall in love with these characters. I don't like the original designs with the masks and jelly bodies that much, but this totally does things for me. And then, on the other hand, we have Petra. Or something that should look like her, cause truth be told, this is not Petra for me. Like, it's not awful, but I just don't recognize her. Also that damaged art, I don't know. I love that character, and I don't see her in this art. Then I'd say maybe Kuzugi Toku? I'm generally not a big fan of their early work. Jafar, Setsuna, or especially Sarah are a bit hard to look at for me. But their more recent work, Kronya for example, amazing! Totally in love. There are actually many artists who really had a massive glow up over time and who I would like to see doing Heroes art again. Akira for example. Like, their first Olivia wasn't really bad, but she was not that great either. The black outlines are really hard to look at given her soft and fragile design, and her outfit being mostly white makes it actually even worse. Now look at Alt Olivia, which we got like 2 or 3 years later. Such a difference! This was also the last time they have drawn for Heroes, which is a shame, cause New Olivia is stunning. Here I don't even mind the black outlines, they are much more design element at this point. Hey Wendy, please go home. I will not even start talking about your art. And then we have Nishiki Areku, who has drawn some of the best art in this game. Seros for example is absolutely savage. Can't stop staring at that art. She's beautiful from literally any angle. They have also drawn Duzel and most recently Bertram, 2 absolutely fierce males. Seros only beats them cause of her design, but the level of art is insane. And then they are also the artist of Baby Alm. Sorry, Resplendent Alm Baby. This kinda shocks me. We have some heroes with the baby designs, but usually that's just the style of the artist in general. Like Ahi, who has drawn both Resplendent Sarah and Valentine's Veronica. Here you can clearly say that it's just their type of style, and you get what you ordered. Same can be said for the artist of Resplendent Lucina. I mean, look at who else they have drawn. You can't say that you didn't expect that outcome when you commissioned that artist. But Resplendent Alm? What happened there? I mean, from a technical point of view there's nothing wrong with him. It's just that massive baby face, and I can't tell where it comes from when I look at the savage art they have done for the other characters. Guess you just can't be on top of your game every day? But it looks like I might be today. Look at me playing Baby Whale. It's another 4. Awesome!
My name is Thor. True strength is what I seek.
So sorry, by the way, my tongue literally refuses to say that name. Still no Eitri, which I'm totally fine with. I mean, there's nothing wrong with her, she's strong and everything, but I just feel lost with all these legendaries and their different blessings. By now I have 5 well-working teams for each season, and there just seems to be no space to have a team which is changing every week depending on the current season. That being said, she is savage in the new summoner duels, that's for sure. I kind of feel like IS is taking it a bit overboard with damage reduction and counter by now. Speaking of damage reduction, no way! Another one? I don't know what to say.
Finally, I can be with my brothers and sisters once again.
Well, sounds like she isn't aware that she isn't the first Corin I've summoned. I guess she's up for a good time entering my barracks. Next question. What do you think will be the next feature added to FE that will upgrade units? For example, easier unlock potential or the ability to give non-preferred weapons additional skill through a seal or something. First of all, that idea would be amazing. It would bring back so much value for inheritable weapons compared to the million effects each new weapon currently gets. Like, imagine equipping a blade seal to a slaying weapon. This is totally not out of the world compared to other weapons we have, but it would free up both the A and seal slot for additional skills to increase the potential of these heroes. Another thing that I've seen in other games, and which would honestly fit the style of FE, would be some kind of a lottery. Like a feature where you can send away 2 5-star exclusive heroes to get a new random one from the current summoning pool. Like, trade 2 5-star greens and get a new green 5-star, or pick 2 random colors and get a random 5-star unit. This would be really cool. You would obviously need to ban pool units for this, cause people with many feathers would go crazy with such a system. But it would clean up some of our useless manuals and give more people access to new heroes and fodder again. And IS wouldn't even hurt their whale game, as they would still have to spend on their newest waifus or meta characters if they want to plus 10 them right away. Oh, who's that? Eldervi? My second 4-star special, I think?
This is a joke. Me, serve somebody like you.
Oh, fuck off. Seeing that dual 4 skills are already getting outclassed, you have like one of the worst possible fodders. Well, he has infantry pulls, I guess. I've summoned so many Marisas for 500 grails by now that I might actually follow him for that. This skill has become crazy expensive for me. Next one. What would you do to make the safe skill AR meta more interesting? Does it even need a change in your opinion? I'm still not a fan of them, as there's just no real way to work around them besides brute force. It works, but it's not very fun. All these wind speed refines we got lately are basically meant to counter save skills. Well, I guess until Ascended Fjorm happened, but she's not really an attacking powerhouse. But I actually have some ideas for the save meta. When they were first released and we only saw the interaction in the FE channel, I think, I was thinking of an effect like this. Once per turn, if an ally 2 tiles away would reduce their health to 0 from a melee/distant attack, unit jumps over and saves. Kinda lost it at the end, but you get what I mean. Like a miracle effect that only works once. I would have honestly liked that a lot. Like, this could be super cool in combination with speedy damage reduction tanks just to cover their one weak spot. But at the same time, there would be ways to work around it on both sides. Another idea, which would have been an effective way to balance them, I think, would have been to make it so that near save only works for units standing 1 tile away, and far save only works for units standing 2 tiles away. With this, near and far save users wouldn't be able to save each other, and those lame heavy support save balls would stop working. But this is something that will never happen. Let's be real, save skills were added to the benefit of rich players who were mad about seeing their plus 10 investment units dying against unmerged AR defenses. And I get it. If the whale stops spending money on the game, it will obviously die. I know that being known as the whale hunter guy might not make this sound very genuine, but each F2P player should actually be thankful for the whales, cause they are the ones keeping the game alive. So always be nice to your local whale. So when we're talking about save counters, which will likely come at some point, Red Feud could have actually been a really cool answer as well, if it would include pre-battle skills like saves. Only against red foes or red save skill users. Perfect. Balanced in itself. Like, seriously. Do this, make this Bramimon's update with no color restriction whenever it's his turn for a refine, and you would have a pretty good answer that is still balanced. No clue why they didn't do that. I think this is something even save skill users could have agreed to. Lost opportunity to be fair, cause I don't see that feud skill being really relevant otherwise. Oh no. It happened! Joel! Why? I trusted you, buddy! She's also really expensive!
There is nothing that could make me happier than to observe the summoner at work up close.
Those were the most orbs I spent so far to get a 5-star unit. Oh, Eitri, I think I might have actually liked you. Why the hell are you legendary? I have absolutely no use for you. Speaking of units I have no usage for. Hello, Fallen Dimitri at home. Let's go on with some more questions. I still want another real Fallen Dimitri to fix that minus attack bane. Have you ever considered drawing something other than Fire Emblem and League of Legends again? And if yes, what was on your mind? Totally. There are tons of things we would like to draw. I'm a big fan of Bleach, for example, and I am really excited about the anime finally being completed, hopefully next year. There are tons of characters I like and I really adore the drawings. I didn't read too many mangas for comparison, but his art style is one of my favorites. I'm a big fan of the Ichigo-Orihime couple, and that one scene where Orihime says goodbye to Ichigo while he's healing literally broke my sweet teenager heart. There are also some other games like Final Fantasy X and XII, which we were playing at the beginning of our relationship and which are therefore kinda nostalgic for us. I wish we had time for all of that. I also wanted to draw some characters from Triangle Strategy before the game gets released, but seeing that there are only 2 more months, I kinda doubt we will make it. But it's honestly not a huge issue, cause Fire Emblem itself has so many awesome characters that we couldn't draw yet. Like Dagger. Hello!
Whoa, what are you doing? I can't take you, Runts.
Plus speed, that's perfect. I actually forgot what the other one was, but I know that mine was plus res so far, which didn't really help me in my Gale Force play. Moving on, is there a specific unit you want for a refine just to get back into the meta? I personally want Fallen Bakut refine to make him more menacing than ever. Keep up the content, by the way. So many thanks first of all. And yeah, Fallen Bakut back in the meta would be a dream, but honestly, I don't know how. Even if they gave him like damage reduction or something like that, he would still have that conditional DC and really bad speed. So I don't really see how he would outshine someone like Zeke, who basically does everything better than him. We also got so many Cav counter units lately that I just feel like it's impossible to bring him back to a good place. Well, he kinda was never in a good place to begin with. He was released in a short amount of time during Book 3 when IS actually tried to balance weapons by adding negative effects to teammates for getting an advantage. I tried to use the recoil damage in countless ways, but what does it matter if he actually can't survive any types of attacks to begin with? Therefore, I'm mostly waiting for a Daddy Hector refine, where I have at +10. His armor effectiveness is still really good for the meta, but conditional +4 to all stats as the only other weapon effect is quite underwhelming compared to the armors and armor refines we got lately. I would very much like to use him as a near safe option, but right now an unmerged Gustav honestly does a better job at it. If he gets a refine similar to Legendary Hector, I would actually be super happy, though that might be a strong wish. And they would likely also need to address the duo skill. It's kinda strange how the new duo effects can activate twice, while the older ones with arguably worse effects only activate once. Oh hey, it's Sumia! That's great, I think I actually don't have her yet.
He loves me not. He loves me. Oh, I was just doing flower fortunes.
Cool, you do you. I think I might go out after my next 5-star. Feel like I've burned enough orbs on this one. So let me try to answer some more questions and then I'll be out. If you could add one seasonal banner into the normal pool, which one would it be? Kids. Who wouldn't want to fight Grand Conquest with a battalion of kid warriors? In all seriousness though, I feel like the kids banners could be integrated the easiest, and I absolutely adore those we had so far. For me that could definitely be a regular banner like Fallen Heroes. It would also help IS in order to not run out of new hero ideas. And honestly, after all the recent emotes, I actually wouldn't mind some more pure 5-star banners as well. While I think it's technically nice that we get many demotes, I feel like they've become really mediocre lately. I actually haven't built anyone since... I think Raisin might have been my last merging project. This is actually sad. And it's not even because they get harder to summon the more units we get, it's just... I feel like most of them were very underwhelming. But this is getting off topic. Wow, now you mean it, don't you? Instant karma, I guess. I will still not build you. Question: what's your favorite main waifu in FE and why? Oh, I see. Here comes the cancellation question. But this is Fire Emblem Heroes, so we should be in the unit department. Therefore, I'd say it's between Legendary Edelgard and Valenci Impala. Believe it or not, Edelgard was my entry drug when it came to Gale Force strategies. I only have her at +1 and even missed her on her release. Not for the lack of trying, but once I got her, I had such a fun time with that unit. I love her uniqueness, I love her design, and doing the cosplay chibi chats was like the funniest thing ever. Sadly, she's locked to Fire Season as well, which makes it hard for me to use her. I didn't even use her during her recent bonus week, which is actually sad. But here comes Pala, my newest Gale Force edition. Apart from great art, her Precious Soul Desperation build is so unique, so rewarding and so much fun. I wish she had a little bit more attack so I could run heavy blade on her, but her quadruple attacks versus any kind of safe skill or miracle user totally makes up for that. I've been heavily using her lately, and I can't wait for Peony's rerun to make her a level 1 dancer as well. I love that shit. Speaking of Pala and level 1 dancers, here's the Fallen Dimitri. That's awesome! So he will be the mirror team to Pala in Astra Season, having kinda the same strategy but a little bit different. Should I have gameplay footage by the time of editing this video, I will blend it in on the left. Dimitri is really unique in having that Kanto Ram +1, which makes him travel across the whole map after switching HP, eliminating any kind of trap that might stop him from attacking the enemy. I haven't summoned too much on the normal heroes lately, which is why I'm missing out on many of the new meta units, but when I see a unit that essentially covers my favorite playstyle, I will totally go for that. And apparently I got a few mythic merges along the way as well. This summoning session was awesome. I think I covered a lot of questions, and so many thanks for watching till the end. It really means a lot. See you next time. Bye!